Let's start with last night's game. Two potential playoff teams of the AFC. With the way that thing went down, did you feel it was more about how the Raiders found a way to win or some mistakes and maybe poor refereeing that found a way for the Texans to lose?
I'm going to go with the Raiders here. I think they're a really good football team, especially in that the toughest division in the NFL, the AFC West right now. That's what good teams do. You know, they're gonna do whatever it takes, no matter what is going on. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna find a way to get a good victory. Derek Carr, one of the best quarterbacks playing right now so far this year, just like a coming out season for him. And I think as long as that defense keeps playing well, the Raiders are a team. Even though I don't know who to pick right now coming out of the AFC West, whether it's going to be Denver, the Chiefs, or the Raiders. I got a feeling all three of them are probably going to be able to get a spot in the playoffs. But they're a good football team.
Jack Del Rio went for it again in a big game situation late in the game on fourth down. What does it say to your players when continuously throughout the year your head coach says, go get the first down or go get the touchdown or go get the two-point conversion? I trust you in this spot.
It says a lot. It says that, hey, you know what? This guy believes in us. And that, as a player, that's really what you want, especially when you're on offense. So many times when these situations come up, it's fourth down or we need a two-point conversion. As a confident football player in your ability, you say to yourself, you know what, coach, let's just go for it. And when he gives you the green light and you can deliver, that's confidence. Going forward, you know you can win any situation. You just have that mentality. And confidence is a big part of being a successful football player, knowing you can do it before you even step on the field, knowing you've been in that situation and you've done it before. That's why I'm saying this team is a dangerous, dangerous football team. Do I think that they're as good as, from a roster standpoint, as the Denver Broncos, as the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't think so. But they are as good as a football team because of the confidence that they have, and the skill players that they do have are lights out. They have ice in their veins. No situation is too big for them, and that's why I like this team. They're fun to watch as well.
Tony Gonzalez, 14-time Pro Bowler, sure to be a Hall of Famer, joining us from the NFL on CBS. You played for some fiery head coaches. I mean, whether it was a guy like, Gunther Cunningham, or a guy like Herm Edwards, or a guy like Dick Vermeil. Was there a coach? What was the coach in your professional career that kind of did that type of thing, that believed in you the most, that could get you the most rallied in a situation like that?
You know what? Every head coach that I've ever had that part of them. I like they've all been so good. Smitty out in Atlanta was great. When I first came in, I had Marty Schottenheimer, a legendary football coach.
Yeah.
But the guy who really gave us the green light a lot, I think, was probably Dick Vermeil. And why wouldn't he? If you look at our offense back then, Priest Holmes, myself, Jason Dunn, one of the best blocking tight ends ever, the Hall of Famers all over the offensive line, Brian Waters, Will Shields, Willie Roaf. And so he trusted us in a lot of those situations. Then we had the quarterback, Trent Green. So it was just a good situation to be in, and we had a head coach that would say, hey, let's go ahead and get after it. Let's be aggressive in key situations during the game. And you'll love that. Like I said, you love playing for guys like that.
Were you ever in a situation, since you've retired, where you were put in a tough spot to potentially criticize a former teammate, like we saw Ray Lewis in last week? He had to come out and apologize over the weekend. He did take shots at Joe Flacco. Were you ever put in a spot like that, where maybe you had to bite your tongue even though you didn't want to, or something like that?
Isn't that what being an analyst is all about, especially if you play the game? I get the biggest one a couple of years ago. When I first got this job, they asked me, of course, right off the bat, is Matt Ryan an elite quarterback?
Right.
And I said at this point, I don't know if I'd put him at elite, because I think Peyton, Drew, Tom, and Aaron are the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Matt's in that second tier. He's a very good quarterback. And, of course, they're saying Tony Gonzalez does not think Matt Ryan is an elite quarterback. And Matt's one of my best friends, a very good friend of mine. And it's one of those things, but you're in that position. That's the business that we're in, so we have to give our strong opinions. By the way, Matt Ryan now is an elite quarterback. He's probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now, him and Tom Brady. So, but, yeah, it's a tough situation to be in, and that's how it goes sometimes. And you have to learn how to articulate things but you're going to ruffle some feathers. That's all there is to it. I talked to Charles Barkley about that, and he said the way he handles it, he goes, if I'm telling the truth and I believe in it, that it is what it is. It's my opinion. It doesn't mean it's true. It's just what I think, you know?
Tony, let me ask you about the situation in Dallas where you've got a young rookie quarterback and a veteran tight end, Jason Witten and Dak Prescott. Were you ever put in a situation as a guy that had been around the block playing tight end where you maybe had to be more patient with a young QB, help bring him along, show him the ropes, but also kind of have confidence that, hey, this kid can get it done?
Yeah, I've been in that situation quite a bit. Tyler Dixon. Yeah, you know what? But Dak Prescott, nothing against Brody or Tyler and among others guys that I've played with over the years. Dak Prescott has been, to me, the most surprising player on the most surprising team in all of the NFL this year. The way he's come out and played this year, it's been, to me, it's coming from a fourth-round draft choice. Totally, to me, it's totally. Nobody predicted this. Nobody saw this. And the way he's playing right now, Jason, Dez, Cole Beasley, they all got to be happy as I don't know what at the way this kid has been able to play. Give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Ezekiel is another guy, too. I didn't see this coming. I knew he was going to be good. But those guys, they got to be happy as heck playing with those young rookies right now.
Finally, let me ask you about the game on Thanksgiving between the Vikings and the Lions that you guys got, because we don't know what's going to happen to the NFC North. I think we all kind of figured it was going to be Packers and Vikings. Then lo and behold, neither one looks all that good right now. Who do you think has the most staying power to try to win this division? Because this Vikings and Lions game on Thanksgiving is going to be a big one.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge one. I mean, if you remember the last time these two teams got together, it went to overtime. It was an exciting football game. Two really good teams coming off big wins this last week. I think right now, looking at the Detroit Lions, though, the way Matthew Stafford is playing, he's playing lights out. Jim Bob Cooter, offensive coordinator, has done wonders with him, especially losing Calvin Johnson, one of the best to ever do it last year. That offense looks unstoppable at times, especially in crunch situations. And then Minnesota, it looked like the wheels had fallen off. But they got this defense, and defense wins championships. You saw that last year with the Denver Broncos. So, to me, this is going to be a very good football game. They are the front runners in this division. Whoever wins this game, obviously, is not in the well. Right now, you would say they're in the driver's seat going forward. I mean, we still got a lot of football left, but this is a huge game for both these teams to take over that first place.